What happens when three couples look for love across the continents? Why did Luke end up wearing a cake? And who is the cast member that also made it onto a Got Talent show? To answer this and many more questions, allow me to take us back to the beginning. Hello and welcome to Lawd Lukan. It's time to duck and cover as we get a slice of 90 Day Fiancé the other way. On today's show, Matthew woos Norman with some English charm.
Once every week or two is probably a little bit too much.
We've got a bit of stripping. We've got exotic dancing.
Love at first boob sight.
Madeline's asking the important questions.
Are you weird?
And we sample some cakes. All this and more right here on the Lawd Lukan channel. Ahoy hoy, bonsoir and hashima mashte to you. Big loves to those who've subscribed, you beautiful people, and a golden lavatoire to the lords and ladies of the Lukan Manor. Well then, mon petit pois, I hope you've brought your passport, because we're 90-daying it all around the world. We'll be in England, and we'll be in England, and in the US of the A. So put your legs in the upright position, as we've got a flight to catch. To this delightful couple in the UK, it's Greta and Matthew. Now, I'm one of those people who, when trying to read something, my eyes go to something random first, then up here somewhere, then, somewhere around here, then I actually start reading the thing. So, when I first read this, I thought, Norman, that's a funny name for a girl. And so, from now on, she shall be called Norman. Delightful. So, here we have Norman and Matthew. Matthew being one of those names that no one can agree how to spell, like Jeff or Jeff, and Norman is from Greta in Oklahoma. And that's a delightful outfit she's wearing. Half of it says I'm down with the flock, and the other says I'm down with the cock. But there's actually a slightly boring reason why she's wearing it. Market Harbour, the place where Matthew lives, is famous for corset making. Why do they always make them stand in direct sunlight too? It makes Norman look like Edna Mode. In case you missed it, last time Norman was a bit disappointed at the amount of preparation that Matthew had put into her arrival.
You find enough space for your clothes?
No.
No idea why. I mean, he gave her a whole drawer and everything. He even put a little G on it. This is his room. Note the Airfix kits, the bottle of unknown lotion by the bed. And what I think is a big red flag is his PC screens are turned away from the door. And how many red flags are there in one room? Well, he's 26 and living at home, plus he's got a collection of stuffed toys. Leave this man immediately. He'll try and make you his mother. He's got a bunch of lamps, which clearly aren't for lighting the back of his monitor, which says he's lazy. He didn't even know the drawers that he gave her weren't empty. So, was that mummy's job? The whole wardrobe thing is a total red flag. Not just because of whatever's been vomited up on this yet, it's also because he thinks that's totally fine, which means he's got an it'll-do attitude.
Maybe there's more space I can clear for her.
The one between your ears is probably very spacious. But hold on, he might be onto something here. He's looking like he's thinking deeply now. Go on, Matthew, keep with it. Maybe there's some more space and... But we're not looking for buts. Well, it might be nice. The correct way to start the next bit is with an and. And so I'll do better. Yeah, right, Matthew?
Best thing I can do now is just to stand back, give us some space.
That kind of thinking is why you've got a clothes rail taking half of your room. So his genius idea is to do nothing and see what happens. Good job. At this rate, the only one getting a mouthful of pussy is Apple the cat.
I get it that she just wants to do her own thing for a little while.
If doing her thing includes throttling your dumbass for all this don't give a fuckery that's going on, then yeah, why not? Enter the most British looking couple ever, doing a bit of acting.
Oh, hi, Matthew. You're right.
Oh, hi, Matthew. Yeah, I didn't expect you to be in here. Kel's surprise. So, this is Carol and Mark, mummy and daddy. Caroline is a typical British mum, and Mark looks like he's got several bodies buried under the patio. That's some serial killer vibes right there.
Did you have a big hug when you saw each other?
We had a pretty big hug. Yeah.
Oh.
Steady on now. That's dangerously close to being exciting. He gave her a right good hugging when he saw her. So, Carol shows Matthews how to do a proper greeting, and Dad can't wait to get his hands on her. And when he does, he holds her so tight that his knuckles turn white. All right, Marky Poo, put her down. You don't know where she's been. Even Nelly the dog. Love it when dogs get human names. Gets a little kiss. Also, I love how they've even got a perfectly good fireplace, but Mum and Dad made the radiator a nice feature of the room. Check out the drinks cabinet though. They've even got a bit of Jaeger going on. Well, hey, let's get the party started, shall we? But before that, Mark's been busy.
Mark's been getting ready for you, haven't you? You've been sorting out the fridge and the freezer.
Yeah.
Is that because he's planning on storing her body in there? Yeah, and, Mark sharpened his axe especially.
Oh, that's sweet, thank you.
But it is, of course, because Norman's a veganist.
We've made some meat-free zones for you.
I think their bedroom's a meat-free zone too.
I've got something for Greta.
You've got something for Greta?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh.
Gifts for our guest? I mean, what kind of craziness is that? Making her feel welcomed and valued? I mean, that's just some sort of witchcraft. We've got a load of docking stools for that.
That's something for you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I got you.
Oh my god. Oh my god, thank you.
Now that is a big cake. And because Caroline is a thoughtful kind of person, she made sure it was a vegan cake. How do you know it's a vegan cake? You can tell by the way it feels it necessary to bore everybody else about it. Did I mention I'm a vegan cake? That pretty much makes me a superhero, you know? Still, it looks great. Can't wait to get a decent slit. How disappointing would that be? Someone brings you the world's largest cake and then you get a tiny little bit. Yeah, cheers then.
For saying it's vegan, it's not bad.
Which is pretty much saying that vegan stuff tastes like absolute arse. So, after a long day, and the most underwhelming slice of cake, it looks like it's time to head up the wooden hill to Beddington.
I'm sure Greta's really tired. It's been a long, long day for you.
I've been tired too.
I'm sure.
Getting
but
this place
Greta's-
ready for her.
Yeah, because writing a letter on her drawers must have been exhausting. She's only done a 9-hour flight, travelled another 72 miles on the train, and then had the disappointment of meeting this genius. They've also got a model of what the Titanic looks like on the table. A little foreshadowing, perhaps? More disappointment?
Oh, are you coming with me? Okay.
Yeah.
Good night.
You coming? I think she'd rather share the bed with Nellie, who gave up her chair for the occasion. Look, her face all smooshed into the arm of the chair.
Today started off a little rocky.
Hopefully he'll end up a little woody. Anyway, but it's not all boring. Norman managed to get her hands on a big hardback version of this book. Good job. But for Matthew, he's looking forward to building a nice, conservative, joyless marriage.
I can't wait to begin planning our life together.
What the hell will that look like? If this idiot is planning your life ahead, it'll consist of waiting to see what happened. Did anyone else get that John Kramer vibe? Do you want to play a game? I've got a game we can play. Spot the cock. There it is. What did you think I meant? So, Norman, how's your experience of the UK so far?
I'm just kind of in shock right now a little bit.
In shock? Like good shock or bad shock or just...
Ah, yes, those 3 types of shock. There's happy shock, oh my goodness, I've won the lottery. Bad shock, oh my goodness, I've got my electricity bill. And that middle ground, mer shock, which is what you get when you visit England. In fact, in Japan they have a thing called Paris syndrome, which is the extreme disappointment they get when they visit Paris and realise it's not all romantic like in the movies. Here's a tip. If you'd like England or France, don't go to London or Paris. We'll come to you. That'll be much better. So anyway, back to Mr. Attentive Boyfriend.
Yeah.
I feel really unsettled. When I was unpacking earlier today,
He totally lost interest there, didn't he? Not at all interested in whatever blah blah is going on there. But then he's presented with the opportunity to let her know that it'll all be okay and that it'll do better next time.
it kind of made me feel not really welcome here.
What? After he was so tired after preparing it for you? He stacked his toys very neatly, I'll have you know. And the clothes he left on the bin or whatever that is. But luckily, us Brits are blessed with the tongue of the fox and the diplomacy of a brick.
Welcome here.
Good job.
It just kind of feels like your room.
Well, it is my room, so...
Yeah, so, if you don't like his taste in interior decoration, which includes this, why would you even bother hanging it up if you're not going to iron it? And I'm not quite sure if he's sarcastic when he says...
If you don't want my clothes there, take them into the garage. If you want a drawer, tip everything out, put it in the bin.
Great, that sounds like permission to ditch all this shit. We'll get rid of this. Actually, fuck it. You light the fire and I'll bring it all outside. We'll be back to this later on, but first we've got a visit to Colombia to see Lukey Pukey and that gelfling from Dark Crystal. And today, Madeline is about to utter the word all us men dread to hear.
I gonna try.
Although, having seen the pink cushion, the pink tinted windows, the pink seat things, and a sparkly steering wheel cover, I think I'd let her drive too. Actually, I think I'll take a taxi. Cheers. Those earrings, though. Hey, Luke, the 1980s called and they said they can keep their shit. So, while Madeline squeezes a spot and then wipes it in her hair, delightful. She could have got extensions to match, though, couldn't she? Anyway, Luke explains why Madeline is pissed off this time. It's because he didn't bash the bats out of her belfry.
We kissed.
I was happy.
All right then, I'm smelling a little BS right there. Sure, while she does have the repulsive attitude of a premenstrual rhinoceros, I'm sure she does tick some of the men's boxes for attractive bits and bobs. You know, sort of like her hair, for example. And a man could be half dead, have a leg hanging off, but he'd still find the energy to say, while you're down there, to cheer her up, we've got to check out the wedding cake for their upcoming wedding, here at Marmetta and Meline, Antioquia, right next door to Droop Coordinator. Yeah, maybe that's why he couldn't perform his duties last night. Anyway, but what else is there to see here? Well, do be careful. In 2024, Madeline saw one tourist die every 6 days. Then there was 29 violent tourist deaths, with Americans making up about 50% of that number. But I'm English, it'll be fine. Round the corner here, we've got San Francisco, and the delightful Hotel Exotico, which does rooms by the hour. So maybe it's for those people who just want a quick snooze or something, presumably. Anyway, back to the cake shop. It looks like he's got his hair cut by Billy at Blind Barbers R Us. What's going on with that dude? So they try some cakes and he eats it with his mouth open. Lovely. So, how does it taste?
Fluffy.
Floofy?
Fluffy.
Okay, good. Floofy. I like the word floofy, but Lukey Poo doesn't. He likes the red velvet because it tastes a bit weddingy, which isn't as good as describing it as floofy. I can get floofy, sounds a bit like a cloud. No idea what a wedding tastes like. Expensive and pointless, I guess.
You want to try this one?
Looking like you butt.
Really? His butt? Does he have some extreme hemorrhoids or something? But it's not all about the old bum grapes. Lukey has a confession to make, and so he procrastinates for an age and Madeline gets impatient.
Are you weird?
I think so. Got to say, I'm not seeing a lot that's normal. So weird is probably very normal by now. He eventually grows some balls and starts to tell her what she needs to know. Thing is, he's sort of dragged it out for a while, and her patience is starting to fray.
Basically, like, they threw, like, a small little bachelor party.
You know, all those small little bachelor parties? They're a bit like a big, huge bachelor party, but they're totally innocent. Nothing to worry about at all. Although, judging by her face, he'd be safer up the road in San Francisco.
And what do you do with the stripper?
What do you mean?
Ugh, don't give it the whole sort of what do you mean business, trying to buy yourself time to construct a reasonably believable lie. Maybe it was one of those strippers who like to play Sudoku and enjoys a nice quiet evening with a good book.
I didn't do anything, I just...
See, he didn't do anything. The stripper did all the work, therefore it's totally fine.
The stripper did the stripper stuff.
But he's made a rookie mistake here. If you give some explosive news to an explosive character, you probably shouldn't sit there with a table full of ammo, because this might happen. Here's a little tip. If you're ever stupid enough to be in this position, take it somewhere less dangerous with fewer things to weaponize. Like, Build-A-Bear. That would be much safer. Actually, Build-A-Bear has those stuffing machines, don't they? That could be a bit nasty. But at least you won't have to sit there trying to style it out. Incidentally, the cake he's wearing is the vanilla sponge with a French toast mousse filled with creamy cream cheese covered in a fresh red fruit compote. Over now to India, or Mahan, to be precise, to see Jenny and Sumit, who look like they've been unwillingly cast in this year's nativity play. And that parting gets wider every season, doesn't it? I've seen smaller partings by Moses. So, to catch up with what's going on, she's moved to Uttar Pradesh, in a place called Greater Noida. And what's a Noida this week? See what I did there? Well, for some reason, the family thinks she's too old and fat for their darling son, who she secretly married after he promised to divorce his wife from an arranged marriage that she didn't know about. She's not really a big person, though, is she? Doesn't look too different from the other women in the house. And after some smooth words from Sumit, Jenny thinks she's done with all the criticism.
I'm just glad it's over.
Not bad, sir.
Over now to Fort Worth in Texas, where we find a bunch of horny animals. And performing for them is Patia, the 58-year-old stripper.
I don't consider myself a stripper. I consider myself an exotic dancer.
Ah, sorry, yes, exotic dancer. Yeah, okay then, if you say so. Like that hotel for Exotico in Colombia, perhaps. I guess she's not exactly wrong. She didn't take any clothes off, so I guess that doesn't technically constitute a stripper. But for the last 37 years, she's been bringing all the boys to her yard.
And here we are, 37 years later, and I'm still shaking.
Yeah, I have that effect on people. Actually, here's a picture of me at the time when she started stripping. And here's another one of me from that time period. Here I am jogging. But what's so amazing about that, you might ask? Well, the man I'm running with is called Jimmy Savile. And this is a place called Broadmoor Hospital, home to England's most dangerous and mentally challenged people. Yay, the 80s. Anyway, the yard she's bringing the boys to is here. Rick's Cabaret in Texas. It's both casual and classy, apparently. It's moderately noisy, and you can park your bike there. Not exactly sure where, but what do the reviews say? Dancers are diseased and smell bad. They also leave with customers at the end of the night, and the bouncers don't seem to care. Also, customers are taking selfies with the dancers during table dances. Not a classy place at all. What the fuck did you expect? Or this one. More bad bitches, honestly. Could not recommend. Would not come back at all. This for like some old men. This place will scam you. Never in your life or for the love of God come here. Please do yourself a favour and stay as far as humanly possible away from this scum-infested shithole. So, that's her. What about her man? Well, she's got to landed herself a rather handsome Aussie gentleman called Dylan.
G'day, I'm Dylan. I'm 38 years old and I live in Launceston, Tasmania.
Welcome to Atlantic's Way, under, down, under. The sky's always yellow in rain or shine. Come to Tasmania, come to Tasmania.
He's doing pretty well for 38, isn't he? He's a plumber and enjoys fixing people's plumbing.
More leaks.
Thank you so much for coming out, Dylan. Appreciate it.
I do anything from plugging up leaks, fixing dunnies.
Now, allow me to translate. A dunny is a toilet.
Oh yeah, that's a good flush.
Oh yeah, she's also enjoying a good flush too.
I do enjoy being a plumber, just jumping in the ute.
That means utility vehicle.
And I've been as busy as a bull's arse in fly season.
And that's the colourful Aussie way of saying, I've been jolly busy. But it's all totally innocent. He's just very enthusiastic about pipe work.
G'day ladies, I heard you had a broken pipe in here. I'd hate for you to get soaking wet.
As I say, it's his enthusiasm that sets him apart. Probably. Brace yourself. Typical plumber, always faffing about and not getting on with the job. Yeah, that's a delightful jest, but what about the U-bend? But poor old Dylan, he really wanted to be a singer and perform on stage. If only there was a talent show he could go on. Hang on a second. Here he is on Australia's Got Talent.
G'day.
What's your name?
My name's Dylan.
And he may not know what side of his chest that his heart is on.
I just had a bit of a caffeine shot before I came out here, so...
Isn't your heart on the other side?
Yeah, sorry.
Bless him, though. It's a good job he's handsome, isn't it? So, his first song was Sex Bomb by the amazingly Welsh Tom Jones. And it went a bit like this.
Sex bomb, you're my sex bomb, and you can't give it to me when I need to come along.
Yeah, it is a good job he's handsome and has a good body, though, isn't it? Bless him. But then he went and made it through to the finals. Not sure about all that dancing, but he was very popular. He even got an international tour called Thunder from Down Under, and Britney Spears took her mum to go and see it. He went on to appear on the Ellen DeGeneres Show, Boo, and even in a Disney movie called Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, starring Jennifer Gardner and Steve Carell. He played a stripper from Thunder Down Under, so, it's a bit of a method actor. Quite why he was in a children's movie, don't know. He was also on American Idol in 2007 and a short film called Empty Jar. An empty and haunted young man wanders the streets of Tasmania, coming to terms with the emotional consequences of abortion. And during the tour, when he was in Las Vegas 12 years ago, he met Patia, and it was...
Love at first boob sight.
And they've been together ever since. Well, if you call being 8,000 miles apart together, and if you call being touched by countless women together, then yeah, I'm sure she's got nothing to worry about.
He's very romantic, he's very passionate, he has an old soul.
They lived together for about 7 years in Vegas before he had to return to Aussie land to take care of that visa business. And now she's planning to move to Tassie to be with him.
Come to Tasmania, come to Tasmania.
Which isn't the first time they've lived together. A few years ago, they moved to Thailand together.
We were fighting constantly.
Nah, it'll be fine.
I just hope we don't fall back into our old patterns and break up again.
Back now to the U of the K. I love how in the intro bit, he runs the other way to her. Good job. Lucky you. Norman and Matthew will be taking their clothes off too. We're back in Market Harbour, which is about an hour and a half from where I live. So, shall I go there and see what I can find? Well, if this video gets more than 500 views, I'll actually go there and see what happens. While I'm here, please make sure you've liked and subscribed to my little channel. I thank you very much. Anyways, Matthew Mev just got something right. He's taken Norman for a date at a spa. Sure, he can't park and doesn't open the door for her, but they do get a glass of the champers. So 1 out of 3 isn't bad. They also get some hot towels, and I've got no idea what you're supposed to do with those either.
Aw, you look cute.
So do you.
It's just a small thing to show me.
It's what he does with it that counts. Maybe he's a little bit chilly in there that day. But Norman's no stranger to a bit of skin rubbing.
Like, weekly massages.
What? You enjoy yourself once a week? No, this is England land, you know. That kind of relaxation is dangerously exciting. And Matthew and his pole up his bum aren't going to let that kind of debauchery happen on his Casio.
I think once every week or two is probably a little bit too much.
Matthew thinks it's excessive to have fun once a week, even though he's bought himself a new engine for his car that he didn't need and a super duper computer to watch to watch Lawd Lukan on, of course. And because he thinks the car is a them thing and the spa is a her thing, then it's just not acceptable.
We don't both get something out of your massages.
He's got a lot to learn, doesn't he? Number 1, she's out of the house once a week, so you can do all your man stuff interrupted. And for number 2, look at the gleam in her eyes. If he doesn't get what's being insinuating here, then I've got very little hope for him.
I don't think a happier version of you is very sustainable.
So he's telling her that she's a moody moo, and he can't afford to keep her happy. It's not that much, is it? Well, let's find out. Here we are at the Revive Spa, and the massage packages are around £70 an hour, or half an hour for £40. So that'd be roughly £160 a month. What's he complaining about? He lives with his parents, so he doesn't pay rent. It's not like he spends any money on furniture or decent clothes. So what's the problem? I'd happily pay that to keep her happy and reap the benefits of having a woman who feels like she has value and is worth treating. We're not all like this, by the way. Some of us have an idea of what to do with a lady. But 90 Day seems to give you British men like the one that Darcy got with, Tom Brooks, who gave her a key to his chastity belt, but told her she'd gained weight and then cheated on her. Or that idiot that did the naked karaoke. He once messaged me, in fact, telling me to cut a bit out of the video that I did on him a while ago. I said, sure, if you do an interview with me, then I'll happily cut it out. So he went and deleted his comment and never spoke to me again. Dickhead. Speaking of which...
And I feel like you don't necessarily appreciate how much I give to this.
Yeah, you gave her a whole drawer. You should be grateful. Here's an alternative. Matthew should learn how to massage so he can do it himself, creating a bit of time where they can explore their intimacy and physical connection. But no, that might include effort. Matthew's in finance. But what does Norman want to do?
Matthew knows I want to be an animal lawyer.
An animal lawyer? Okay, cool. So when Peppa Pig gets done for tax evasion, she'll be there to defend her. So they're off for a massage and we head back to Colombia to see how Cakeface and the Gelfling are getting on.
Can I get like a napkin or something?
No, actually, you wear that shit with pride. You've earned it. She did get him good with that though, didn't she? I'm not a fan of her, but this was a great bit of TV, wasn't it? She's even managed to get it in his ear. I mean, that was pretty stupid timing, wasn't it? What's next? Hey babe, I've organised a knife testing session. So he tries to style it out and does a little bit of Vox.
I knew she'd be pissed.
And still you think that was a good idea? Are you mental?
I didn't order the stripper. I was just there.
So he goes for the whole, yeah, well, I thought it was a good idea at the time routine, as Madeline's on the phone with her auntie and does an impression of Jenny. And so Lukey Pukey heads to the car and tries to console her. I mean, is he mad? I mean, a car is a way more dangerous place to be stupid. She could grab like the tyre iron or something. Mad ladies are a lot like COVID. You've got to keep at least 2 meters away. But he tries to apologise anyway.
Sorry.
Go get Maria with the stripper.
That went well. So, is that the end for Lukey? Will Jenny find happiness in India? And will it be third time's a charm for Dylan and Patia? Well, we'll find out together soon, as that is all I have time for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you will be back to do it again soon. Big loves to you and yours, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. So, if you like what I do, then please do like, subscribe, and check out one of these little beauties. So, until we meet again, stay beautiful, love to my three, and you take care of yourself.
Please subscribe now for our class. Thank you.